Hello friends, welcome to TMXing Adventures. Lisa here. Today we're going to make something just to put away for another time, and we're making a simple vanilla syrup. Now this can be something that can help you save money at the checkout. To buy vanilla syrup, you're looking at least $5 for 100 mils of vanilla syrup for coffee, pancakes, those sorts of things. So the vanilla syrup I find really handy. It might just be the day that I want to sweeten my coffee because I feel like I'm tired. It might be the day that I've got friends over and I can offer them something with their tea or coffee that's a little bit different and fancy. And some days it's feeling like, hey, I can be a cafe style thing at home. So I really love being able to make these things in our Thermomix and so simply. Once upon a time we had to rely on Recipe Community, and the last time I filmed something like this was back in 2020, and yeah, I was pulling recipes from Recipe Community to do this, to share it with you. But now some of these are actually in their own version on Cookidoo. Now I found this one, I don't know which country it's from, but what I did notice is in Cookidoo you could choose how much you put in. So you could choose whether you wanted a 2 or a 6 serve. I've gone the small, it might be 4 or 6. I've chosen the small serve today because I don't need a huge amount. It's not something I will have daily. One of those things that I appreciate having in the fridge, those days I do. So that's what that's about today. If you're watching on, say hi. I'd love to know what you're having for dinner. I've got chicken out defrosting and I actually am feeling incredibly uninspired. So I have some leftover fill the freezer sauce left over in a jar from last week or the week before. It's sitting in the fridge. So I might use that with the chicken if I still am feeling uninspired in an hour or so time when it's time to do dinner. But I'm that Thermomix consultant today who doesn't know what she feels like for dinner. So if you've got some ideas what I should do with my chicken thighs, let me know in the comments. So let's go start cooking. So there's 3 ingredients, and this is why it's so cost effective to make these at home. So 100 grams of granulated sugar. In this goes, I'd love to know if you've made this, if you're watching on today as well. Is this something you know how to make? You've done it before. You know, if you're buying it, save some money, make it. Hello, Donna. Hello, Pamela. Lovely to have you guys on today. I don't know what the weird thing is at the top of my comments today. I'm sorry about that. So, sugar, and I don't really have the time right now to check. I'll do it when I get off camera though. 10 seconds, speed 10. Let's spin this up. We're making icing sugar out of the sugar. Now I love that this is just 3 ingredients. So that's all this is. It's the oh my goodness, I love that. Make your own icing sugar in a Thermomix. That does not get old. That and chopping are the 2 things that still just surprise me every time after all these years. So that was raw sugar. It's now icing sugar. Scrape down the sides. 30 grams of water. So it's not much water, this is not boiled. This is just a good vessel that I've got behind. I'm just trying not to go too heavy because it's going to actually get reduced. Anyway, reduced down in the next step. I'm really curious to see how this would actually work in a TM7, because the TM7, when I was over in Perth, we were making a sauce, a tomato-based sauce recipe. It was beef, tomatoes, and capsicum. And we were experimenting with trying to reduce the sauce down so that it became thicker without actually corn flouring it. And having the lid off mode actually meant that it reduced down like significantly. So I would think something like this in our TM7 will be a quicker process because it will cook down, well, it'll evaporate more so off longer. There's one more ingredient, and I guess you're going to have to watch on YouTube. Did anyone go and watch my garden tour at the end of yesterday's video on YouTube last night? So yesterday's video, on the very end of that, I went out and I showed you the veggie patch. So if you're interested, go check that out. It's on YouTube and it's the last 7 minutes. And you can just fast forward to that and do that. Without the measuring cup, that's so that it evaporates. We've got 12 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 2. And this is the time it's reducing down. Now at the end of this time, it is going to ask for a magic ingredient. It's asking for vanilla paste. Now I'm sure you could use an extract or an essence. When you've got a Thermomix, you save money by making your own paste. So I've got the paste here. This is the leftovers. This is in one of our yogurt jars from the mix shop, by the way. So it's going to call for half a teaspoon of this into my Thermomix bowl, and then I think we just mix it and then we put it aside and it goes in the fridge. So as I've said, great for, I like having it on hand for when we have friends over and I can offer them something a little special. Now, at times we will make a caramel version of this as well. I might still do that in the coming days and show you what the caramel version looks like as well. But it's a great way to, not have something in the fridge. So if you buy 100 mils, I don't know about you, but if I bought the 100 ml bottle, I'd use it for a few of the friends, I'd forget about it for 6 months, and then it would annoy me in the fridge and I'd be like, how can I use this up? And by the time I get to it, it's probably crusty and dried out. Whereas I love the fact that with the Thermomix, we're just making our little portion we want. It really is only the cost of the sugar and the vanilla. So we know what's exactly in it as well. I reckon those of you who are low carb, I reckon you could use a monk fruit sweetener in this as well. I think it would be fine. You may not get it to reduce down to a syrup, but I reckon it would be beautiful on your monk fruit sweetener if you're wanting a low carb option, if that's your preference as well. But if you want to see the rest of this, jump over to YouTube tonight. I'll finish it after 12 minutes over there. Those of you who are on my mailing list, check your inbox. Last night, I sent a newsletter out with the latest updates. So do check that. If you are on my mailing list, check that out. If you're not on my mailing list and you want to be, head over to TMXing Adventures, join the mailing list, subscribe over there, and you'll be sure to be on the next one. What you can do in the meantime is I do drop the link for the newsletter into the latest news tab. So on my front screen of my website, you'll see a little red thing down the side that says latest news. If you click on that, that will actually open the newsletter so you can have a read of that if you'd like. Okay, so just an FYI, if you're interested in having a read of what's on offer at the moment. We do have the end of the TM6 model. Okay, we have the pre-sales for the TM7. We have a trade up on offer at the moment. It's a fantastic time to be getting a Thermomix on the bench. You could even trade in an existing kitchen appliance for a discount on a TM6, which is super cool. You know what's really fascinating to me? Now that I've cooked on a TM7, I'm so excited to cook with you guys on that TM7 soon, because this here, being Speed 2, you won't hear it. I won't hear it. There'll be no sound. And that I just cannot wait for. So with that in mind, if I can help you with a recipe you're making, if I can help a friend or family member get a Thermomix, please don't ever hesitate to reach out. I love helping you get the most out of your Thermomix, but also I love to help you get a Thermomix is what I'm trying to say. So if you're in Australia, I can help you no matter where you are. But come back on YouTube. Let's finish this recipe together later. If you've got questions, reach out. But otherwise, take care, and I will see you on YouTube soon. Bye for now. Hello and welcome back, those on YouTube. We're going to finish this recipe. This has reduced down for those 12 minutes. Now it's asking for half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Oh, you can see that gorgeous color. Look at that. It is definitely reducing down. Half a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. Make sure it doesn't land on the blades. We don't want any of this to go to waste. Oh, I put some on the blades. Get in the bowl. Now, by the way, do not let this go to waste in your bowl when we move this out to a jar. Okay, don't let it go to waste. You want to make a milkshake on it or something. Okay, do not let it go to waste. Okay, 30 grams of water. And then I think we're nearly done. Just trying to be gentle. Excuse the dishwasher in the background. Oh, I can't get that water right. My goodness. All right, on with the lid and the measuring cup this time. Let's have a look at what it's going to do. 20 seconds combine on speed 3. So let's spin this up. Just going to see if I can find a jar while I do that. It won't take much. Okay. little yogurt jar. And we're done. Transfer to a bowl, let it cool completely, and then store in an airtight container in the fridge for up to a month and use as needed. So after a month, it'll still be usable, but what will happen is you'll find potentially it gets a bit grainy from just kind of the separation, the evaporation, all that sort of stuff. So check this out. So this is your homemade vanilla syrup ready for coffee, pancakes. Well, that's my plan and intent. That's where I'm going to use mine, but particularly for coffee. I love having this on hand to just share with friends when they come and visit. But I hope you give this a go. Let me know what you think. If you buy it, now's the chance to make it because it's really easy. 12 minutes, go do something else, come back and it's done. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Share it with friends and family who have a Thermomix and need to get more out of their Thermomix. But take care and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.